So I'm building both of these Jaguar kits at the same time to save time. So they're the same kit, to different decals obviously at the end. So far then we've got two rear fuselage parts from there backwards, and I've put the underside in without the tabs. Take the tabs off and put the one side on first, and then glue them all together and put the main wing on the top as well. So that's quite a quick job to do, and you do it twice and you got twice as many kits being built at once. I've doubled up on the cockpit building. I'll show you both because I've done the same thing on both. I got the seats made on both, painted the cockpit interior with some random highlighting, not accurate I suppose, and got the ejector seat to put in there now, and then I'll be just a matter of putting the weight in the front, gluing them all together. I've also got 8 lots of wheels, well 10 altogether with the 2 front wheels there in the box, and I've got the legs all prepared, ready to put the tyres on. So now there we are. They're starting to look different, aren't they? Got the desert paint on the one and the grey base colour on the one, which will have loads of decals on it for the spotty last Jaguar, well, Jaguar retirement example. A little bit of, I got the front on and the air intakes, and I've been doing a bit of silver, well not silver, polished steel for the back end before I put the jet pipes on the back. A little bit of colour for the wheel wells and the area where the air brakes are, and the guns on the side. Both kits have done this for, so I don't want to repeat myself. I haven't got the front on yet because there's a significant thing I have to do for this kit, because we're lacking in this hobby of a 172 kit with the window in the front, the target section 72 window. So what I've done, it's on a 1/4, I had to get a thin file there to cut a slot there, and then I'll fill that up with well, I painted black first of all, and then I'm going to fill it with some white glue, and hopefully then we'll have some resemblance of a clear part, a clear window. I suppose you could probably melt some sprue, but I don't know if that'll work in the same way. Some clear sprue melted inside it might be a bit more dangerous to do, so I'm not going to take risks. Right, we got the back end being worked on now, and we've got the jet pipes on, the arrestor hook on for special occasions. Everything else on the back needs to be on the back. The rear fins, I'm not sure what they're called, some sort of stabilizers. And I've painted the gun ports. I'll probably have to put a little bit of touching up here and there and make it look right. And of course some paint came off from the masking tape, which despite detacking some of it, but anyway, and the bit where the aerials go on is there. I don't know all these parts names, but I wasn't sure about these parts because they're not asked to be added, but I've had a look at photographs, and they seem to be on the GO one as well, where that's correct, I don't know. And I think the inside of the air brake is grey rather than the colour for bare surfaces there. However, on the other one we've got a bit of practicing with putting decals on, see how they go on. The ones for the wing fences didn't work, they kept on folding up on themselves. So I found some roughly similar colour paint for bright orange gloss, and this, believe it or not, is one decal. There's like a slit in the decal there, but these are Italeri or Italeri decals are quite thicker than the ones you get from Airfix and other kit manufacturers. They're quite thicker, so they take a while to get settled down. I've used a lot of different liquids on it, you know, the Microsoft type of and decal film preparations, but seems to be staying down for now. The end is a bit sort of loose, so I'll have to stick that on again because it make it conform to the edge. But it's going to be really a bit stressful to try and put all the decals on, but I do need to do it first, because otherwise I won't be able to. It'll be harder to do with the wheels and everything on as well. Oh, and I got the nose on both of them. Well, the decal jigsaw is nearly ready. Nearly finished. So many different sections to it, and the decals themselves, because they're slightly thicker and the different these particular decals can be a bit crisp around the edges and fragile. So as you see here now, they got a tendency to peel up on the end if you don't put a lot of decal softener on it. So I didn't put that on yet because I wanted to put this part on first so that it could go around it, wrap around it like that. Got the seat in, which is good progress, I suppose. The Desert Storm variant or livery one is nearly ready as well. I've got the canopy on. Probably do a little bit of fiddling with that to try and get all the gaps filled up, painted in. If you can tell on there, I've done a bit of a dark dirt wash on there to try and dirty it up a bit, make it more war used, if you know what I mean. Not all pristine like if it's just come out of the paint shop, because I'll have the mission decals on there as well, so don't want it to be look too. I can't do all the different shading on the panels, but I can make it look less pristine, can I? There we are. So yeah, just put the underside on that now, and all the little tiny bits which will pitot tubes and everything that'll fall off otherwise, and should be all ready. So next time we see them, they'll be built. Right, and here we are. We've got the didn't quite fit in the picture, but 2 Jaguars built at the same time. Ain't that good? There's so many things wrong, things I wish I'd done differently, but you live and learn, and sometimes. Right, so I look at the bright orange and dotty one first, the last Jaguar livery. Big cat they call it, and some people call it Spotty for obvious reasons. Got all the different liveries of the arms of the squadrons that it was used by in Jaguar. In the side there, the guns and whatever. Very tricky to put all this. It's a jigsaw piece really, jigsaw puzzle for decals. Most intense decaling I've ever done. The fences, wing fence decals wouldn't stay on, so I painted it. I had some nearly the same bright orange as the decal, and as you can see, it's pretending that the grey has been blown away and peeled off, leaving the true colours underneath. But yeah, it's it did its thing. Not much to say except for you can see it, and that's how it looks. Various different issues I've had in the past, but nothing unusual, nothing entertaining to tell you about. This one is XX 733, an aircraft which was in Desert Storm, and in those days they did a lot of missions there, haven't he? If I can get this. There we are, that's focused in. So we did a lot of missions, and so there was the bomb missions there on the side. A lot of small decals, a bit of nose art. I've used the old technique of trying to do a clear part using white glue. It doesn't always dry as well as I'd like. It's a bit messy, but I'm not willing to just leave it and paint over it like they suggest. One day somebody will make a 172 Jaguar with a clear part, for those who know what a Jaguar should look like. You might see it look a bit grimy, that's deliberate. I used a bit of dark dirt wash from Florio Models brand, and wiped it off, leave some panel lines and some grime. If you see photographs of this aircraft in particular, it's quite grimy and dirty, so I've done that, and there's different colour into the usual what they'd show as a Desert Jaguar after the fact, which all clean and whatever. But this is trying to be as grimy as possible, as to some extent underneath. You can see there by the shaft dispensers, and of course the standard olive green wing tanks, drop tanks. So yeah, that's the other Jaguar. Both, that's a GR1 and the other one's a GR3. And didn't realise till I was putting it on, but the aerial is off to one side on a GR3. At least there was, but there are a few of them still around, used for engineering training in IF Cosford in Shropshire, near Telford there. There we are. I did build two at one go. I don't think I'll try and do that again. I'm all modelled out at the moment, so I'll probably take a break before I do my next modelling. There should be pitot tubes on the front of here, two either side, but they're about the size of a grain of sand, and I'm not going to. I'm going to have to leave it to another day, whether or not I actually try and attach those little tiny pitot tubes, which are about 0.5 millimetre across. It seems a bit of a torture to try and do it, but I've got the parts if I need to. Anyway, boring as this video is, it's over now, so you can go to your usual viewing habits, and I'll speak to you again. Maybe with this sort of video, maybe with a different sort of video. Who knows? Bye bye. Thanks for watching.